Hey everyone, this is Ryder from Skip, and it's Sunday, May 3rd. I want to do a quick video on unemployment and some of the new unemployment numbers that came out this past week, and just some important tips that you should know about unemployment, whether you have applied already or you haven't applied, or you know someone who's thinking about applying. So I'm going to share some information on that because obviously the overall percentage of the population we believe will continue to increase, uh, the percentage of the population that is on unemployment. So this is going to be relevant for many people, and we've been doing some in-depth research on unemployment numbers. So let's dive in. Again, thanks so much for supporting us and subscribing. It means so much to us. So I first want to show you this chart from CNN. They published this morning. A lot of us kind of know this generally speaking, but it's important to highlight here that, you know, over 16% of the country now is unemployed, and that's the highest it's been since the 1930s, right? Since the Great Depression, when it was up to around one out of every four people in the country. And of course, when we look back on April, April just ended, I think we're going to see that it is actually even higher. Um, and there's a couple things that I want to point out in our research. I'll get to the punchline here, which is basically that, we have seen 30 million unemployment insurance applications over the past 7 weeks, and or rather mainly 6 weeks. Actually, most of those were over the past 6 weeks. So that's one out of every five American workers. We expect that to increase, and I would not be surprised if we see this 16% number up over 20 and 25%, so even higher than what it was during the Great Depression. A couple of reasons for that. We've heard from a lot of big companies um, that have delayed laying off people. And now most of the country is still shut down. Um, you know, close to 20 states have reopened partially or in full, but still, population-wise, most of the country is still shut down. And what that means is we're still going to see in May many companies deciding that, okay, the wait and see approach didn't work. We need to bite the bullet, and we need to lay off people. A lot of companies we have talked to directly have been waiting in April, especially well-funded companies that could afford it, that have a good balance sheet. They said, let's wait and see. They didn't expect that stay-at-home orders for a lot of states may be until the end of May. So anyway, we believe that the weekly unemployment numbers will continue to increase. Now, one of the things we did on our unemployment tracker on Skip, so you may know that at helloskip.com/unemployment status, or you can just go to helloskip.com, and in the header you can go to the unemployment status page. You can track your unemployment and compare yourself to relative progress. So this is based on self-reported data here. And basically, I'm going to show you a few examples here. So like in Georgia, we've put down the week by week unemployment numbers. So you can see that the March 21 week was when things started to tick up. And in Georgia's example, I think they didn't shut down. They weren't one of the earliest to shut down, and of course they're one of the earliest to reopen. But we saw that in the subsequent weeks, unemployment insurance claims continued to rise. So April 4th, almost 400,000 unemployment insurance claims. So Florida, interesting that Florida had some delays and really peaked in the last 2 weeks in terms of unemployment. And New York, here's the pattern, and California. So you can see when you self-report based on the date that you applied, if you applied April 12th, you can see the percentage of people who've been approved, that applied on or before April 12th. And this is self-reported data. So huge shout out to everyone who's been the tens of thousands of people that have been self-reporting here, as well as self-reporting our loan tracking and our stimulus tracking as well. It's really we've been getting tons of amazing feedback. But I wanted to show you this briefly to show you that we added these charts, and even though we've seen in this case of California this gradual decline, it's still quite high. So just showing you these, that we expect these numbers to continue to increase in the coming weeks. So one thing we did is we've just posted a couple important pieces of information. So one is a blog on 5 things you should know before applying for unemployment. This includes that you will be taxed, that each state has its own guidelines in terms of how long you can stay on it and what the requirements are for weekly or biweekly filing. All those things you should know. Basically you'll need to know if you apply to maintain eligibility, okay? And the second thing we did was we published a guide for all 50 states, direct links to your state unemployment page. And we've linked to this directly from this post here. So, and from your Skip dashboard. So I hope this helps. Again, if you have questions, please leave them in the comments. We're trying to publish content daily, especially for unemployment this coming week. So please ask questions, and if we don't know, we'll look it up. Meanwhile, stay well, stay healthy, and stay home. Thanks.